With the ever so soon release of Dungeons & Dragons Dark Alliance, I was invited alongside other content creators and press media to play the game early. I also had the opportunity to ask questions directly to developers, which allowed me to understand the game even more than before. What you're seeing on the screen right now is my point of view during this private play session. If you've been following along with the Dark Alliance social media or any type of their videos, you've probably seen nothing but Drist gameplay, so I'm happy to tell you that I purposely chose someone other than him to see a fresh, new perspective. I played as Brunor Battlehammer, a shield dwarf who is a member of the Companions of the Hall. During this video, I hope to talk about everything you'd ever want to know about the game, basically giving you a breakdown of what you can expect based off of my early access playthrough just a few weeks ago, as well as showing you my raw gameplay in the background. I do want to mention that the current state of the game when I played was still in development, so keep that in mind as everything is subject to change, and I definitely experienced some bugs you might see. However, they have already been confirmed to be fixed in the current builds. Before we change subjects, I want to let you guys know that I will be getting access to the game extremely early, which means I will have a lot of future content planned once the embargo lifts later this month. If you are even remotely interested in Dark Alliance, please consider subscribing because a lot more of this is on the way. Now with that being said, let's dive straight into what this game has to offer. As you probably know, Dark Alliance releases for PC via Steam and Epic, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 on June 22nd. There will be no microtransactions whatsoever, not one in-game shop asking you to spend real-life money. With that being said, what planned content does it have, if any, and will you have to purchase it? The answer to that is simple. There will be 2 free DLC updates during the year 2021, dated around summer and fall, which will give us new levels and difficulty rankings. We'll also be getting a paid DLC expansion during the fall with even more levels, a new mage playable character, and more. At this time, no price has been disclosed, but I'd imagine anywhere from $10 to $20 US. Alright, let's talk gameplay. When I was first thrown into the game, I spawned into the main hub starting area. This area is pretty similar to that of Warhammer Vermintide, Deep Rock Galactic, or Remnant from the Ashes. You have your merchant, world map displaying all the levels, training dummies, chest of spoils, and a meetup spot to start the mission. The merchant allows you to upgrade your weapons, armor and potions, change skins, and upgrade your crystal materials. After preparing your character, you would simply go to the world map and select your mission or dungeon to play. As you can see, there are quite a few potions to select, ranging from health and stamina to boosting up your ultimate meter. You can only have a total of 4 potions on your character at a time, but each of those can contain multiples. Potions can also be replenished at rest spots throughout the missions if you so choose. The gear in this game, from what I've seen so far, looks good and interesting enough to want me to grind out loot. There are 8 gear slots for your weapons, armor, and charms. All of the gear has ranks, damage and armor stats, and set bonuses, allowing you to make some really cool and strong combos. If there's one thing to grind for, it's obviously for the best gear possible. The mission I got to play was Verbeeg Jamboree, and it was Act 3, a feast for all Cretans. There are multiple missions to play through, each with 3 acts and a final boss at the end. Each mission is estimated to take anywhere from 30 to 50 minutes long. The dungeons typically last 1 hour, but all of this is subject to change based off of the difficulty or challenge rating you select. The dungeons will not be unlocked at the start. You will need to beat all of the missions first before the first dungeon is unlocked. Once you complete the first dungeon, then the second dungeon will be unlocked, and so forth. Based off of what I was told, you will not be required to be at a certain level to participate in any of the dungeons. Every mission that you will play will be full of loot. The most common loot found throughout my gameplay was gold coins, crystals, and gear. As you play throughout the mission, you can see the amount of loot collected on the right hand side of your screen. Once you complete a mission, all of that will be shown to you at the end. There are different crystal rarities allowing you to upgrade your better and rarer gear. You can also trade crystals for crystals at the merchant, however I'm not sure what the ratios are like. While playing through the level, there are possibilities of puzzles, obstacle courses, and loot, which is typically off the beaten path. I've seen plenty of spike trap obstacles as well as jump maps requiring some timing. There was also a point at which a winch-like elevator was missing a piece and you needed to find it, or a certain object that allowed you to open a door. I can't say that any of these obstacles or puzzles were hard or crazily creative, but I will say that it's nice that they are there and you're rewarded for exploring. Just like with pen and paper D&D, there are rest points throughout the mission. However, you have the option to choose either to rest, which restores your health, gives you a checkpoint, and replenishes your potions, or you could instead select to increase your overall loot rarity, but skip out on healing yourself and creating a checkpoint, which means if you were to die, you go back to whichever previous checkpoint you last rested at, or the entire beginning of the mission. In Dark Alliance, each character has abilities, perks, and stats, all of which can be upgraded or leveled up. Attribute points allow you to increase your raw stats, while feat points allow you to upgrade your feats, which are basically perks in any other game you've probably played before. Every character has plenty of movesets and combos for you to try, in fact over 50 moves and abilities to unlock. I was able to try 4 of Brunar's abilities during the time playing, which he happens to have a taunt, a damage AoE ability, a heal and cleanse AoE for him and his teammates, and a damaging spin move. As with the other characters, they too have different abilities to choose from, however I was unable to play them during this time. Not all enemies are the same, some are considered elites and have unique traits making them stronger. It's very easy to tell if an enemy is an elite, and that is because they will have a skull next to their health bar on the left hand side. Depending on the color of the skull will determine the rarity and difficulty of the elite enemy. The higher the rarity means more traits and harder to kill. At the completion of every mission there is an end screen that shows you your DPS, your kills, loot, and rewards. Once back at the starting hub, you'll have the option to open the loot chest containing your new set of gear. From there you can upgrade at the merchant, take a bathroom break, select a new mission, and start playing all over again. That pretty much sums up everything during my early access preview. My name is Z-VENATIX, and if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe for more upcoming Dark Alliance content.